Raising restless thieves and prostitutes. Then only think before you shoot. Murderer. Where our children go. When there's no place anywhere to go. Through trouble they come in sometimes. If you pull up a line one time, and then in 1999, one didn't even make any stride. Murder all around the whole world, everybody hating, everybody overrated, but everybody acting agitated. How about we graduated back in a Saturday? What was about it? Patient is a word perfect, and you know when nobody perfect. I want to third one, open up, no. See, we're losing this world we love, and it looks like the sin is rolling. So I'm reaching higher for God. Lord, let your blessings be in. And let's change the world. 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 You got me ready to sit on the right. Riding with my true something united. Got the results of the girl rolled up to my face. My niggas let me hit it. Niggas be touching them on the lies. And that's getting hot. It's the nigga she rolls inside. Remember going back in the tag. Put them all together was a hell of a struggle. To sell it up in shag. But it was my dream to get close. To put my people on another level. Like anything for the left side. The people they rush. Right. Remember they bust. They think like any duck. Down to begin to test. Right. These people don't come up. Come up with the killer. Get this record singer. The singer to a guy. What number for the young. Hands to the pain. Like what I say. Hating it on enemies. And have to take a change. Let's change the world. 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 Every day is one, and I wish Lord through it, I'm happy. I ain't happy. Being easy and being easy with my niggas right next to me. It's my legacy, we can't let us out. Not now. The whole world ain't nothing but what's high. Corruption, destruction, disaster. Everybody try to rap faster than the master. Oh Lord, sing so. They trying to go back from 40 years old. Lord knows we can do this shit. It ain't like it's not. We can do this shit. Niggas need to be free G. The whole world won't be proud of me. I'm in the best. Let's talk about sex. Ladies and ladies, Generation X with the A's. Everything we do no more. And I know they gotta keep with the shit. We ain't ready. First we lost the easy, then we lost pop. Then you got killed when the shit gon' stop. Everybody wanna know what's going on with the W.
I see you sitting it to me. I got you.
And if I don't
I got
die, I'm trying to change.
The music goes along with the show. I got you. I see the game, man.
But they try to back and realize that they gon' have to be done. Change the world, what's being heard and failed. Never have a feeling better on those. Never do if it's what I want to do. Don't you know the government ain't for me and you? I have a dream, no, I have a wish. We can't save ourselves down. Let's say the year, let the world go on. Let me have something, let the world go on. Let the world motherfucker, you kill him, he'll kill you. Some say stupid, but I really live where I come from. I'm a little kid where I come from. Let me where I come from. See, we're losing this world we love, and it looks like the sin is rolling. So I'm reaching higher for love. Lord, let your blessings be in. Let's change the world. 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 Let's change the world.
Y'all join the show live, man. Join the show live. We tap in the video. If you know you in the building, we might get started. Let's take our do a time here. Man, talk Monday. We live in the building. Join the show live. Join the show live. Cuz, what's good, Big Sabo? Yo, Nate.
So let's continue to the dark side. Somewhere inside my childhood, it lets my heart down. And even though we both came from the same places, the money and the fame made us all shade places. Could it be who the misery the game of ass? The hard times make the true friend afraid to ask. But come see
this, what's good?
When you need me, I never leave. Honestly, someone to believe it. As you can see, it's a small thing to a truth. What could I do? Fear myself, you get through. And coming new, he do the same thing if he could. Cause in the hood, true hope make you feel good. And at the time, we be acting up all the time. We can teach them peace that was on my block. Never stop from my mama asking for the change. Tell her, yeah, that's the all we can say. So every time.
If not, let me know I'm good. Speak to the mic real quick.
Yo. Yo.
My heart says seem to scare all my sister's kids. So you know I don't hang around the house much. It's all night. Money making got me out of touch. Shit, ain't flat, smiling a long laugh. An unexpected birth, works of the ghetto child. My attitude got me walking solo. Right out alone in my Lola. Watching the whole world moving slow mo. Time disappear, listen to the ocean. Smoking for
What you think now, Candace?
Homie had a baby by my old girl. I ain't tripping, don't play, I ain't sweating him. I said to sister had a
Good job, Crystal. Y'all join the shit alive. Tiffy James, what's going on? Please change. Time.
Now who's to say if I was right or wrong? To live my life as an outlaw all along. Remain strong in this planet full of player haters.
Y'all join the shit alive. Join the shit alive. Y'all already know it's Man Talk Monday. We here for it today, baby. Y'all already know what time it is, man. You got your share badge? Good job. See, I'm happy that you was able to get your share badge, sus. Shout out to you. I appreciate that. I want everybody to get your share badges. Let me get your share badge up. Well, see, I don't know. Crystal Kansas, I don't control that. So you can't be mad at me. But I understand where you're coming from, man. Y'all already know what time it is, man. It's Man Talk Monday. Y'all already know what time it is. It's Man Talk Monday. Today is Monday. It's Man Talk Monday. I am that guy. Mama, there goes that man. Chef Beer Day. Y'all already know. Appreciate everybody who bought tickets to that event. It's May 8th. A Tasteful Experience. Definitely coming live and in your face. I hope everybody gets there promptly at 7 o'clock. Promptly at 7 o'clock. This is not no CPT event. It does not start at 7:30. It starts at 7 o'clock. So everybody who bought those tickets, I appreciate you. Get ready for some of the best food you have ever had. Hey, listen, Candace, I don't know who you need to talk to. And let me get what Mark. I'm gonna call Mark when the show over with, because I need to talk to him about something anyway. I need him to bring back the sequential order of my timeline. I hate that I can't see what's posted as it's posted. It's starting to really piss me off. So when I call Mark, I'll let him know that you didn't get your badge, and then we'll see what we can do about that. You know me, I love you. So, but yeah, man, it's Man Talk Monday, man. What's good? Yo, Freaky E always in the building one way or another. PRE, Puerto Rican E, y'all already know. But yeah, man, it's Monday, April. What day it is? May 3rd. Monday, May 3rd, man. It's Man Talk Monday. We here today. We live. I have a special guest in the building. You guys may have seen him on a show called just a little small show. Just a little small show. You know, it was on HBO, you know. He's on Netflix. You heard me, streaming on platforms and everything like that. And if you remember, it was this one guy who you seen the passion that he had for the kids and what he does in the community as far as coaching and everything like that. So I bring to you all Liberty City Warriors on. Although this year, 2021, he'll be coaching with that 13U Scott Lake Vikings. Vike boys up. Y'all already know what time it is. Super Bowl. We back to it. Coach Herbert Ritchie, Coach Rick, my dog. I ain't got no applause because I can't play it. The whole thing.
What's
But
good,
you already
y'all?
know.
What
Y'all,
they do?
y'all already know, man. We in the building, man. So before we start today, y'all already know how we start every Monday. Got to shout out the people that shout out us and support us. So y'all make sure y'all go to their pages. Y'all make sure y'all, do some business with them, man. We support black businesses. We support our sisters. We support our brothers, man. We support each other. So the first one you all already know, Mistaken Identity, not just the clothing line, but the goddamn shoe sneaker dropper, picker upper, whatever you want to call it. My man could get you whatever you want. You wanted them, you missed them Carmines, or you wanted them folds. See, you should have got an Eric Santos. What you need to do is you need to get it Eric Santos. You need to go to Mistaken Kicks on Instagram. You need to go to Mistaken ID, the website. Y'all need to get your shoes together, man. And my man, y'all already know. Y'all see what I'm in today. It's the gift.
Candace, what's good?
Y'all know how that go. Y'all see it. My shirt wrinkled. Don't judge me. But yeah, man, Mistaken Kicks. Y'all make sure y'all cop them kicks, man. My main man from Thailand, Cat, aka the stock guru, Judson. He out here. Y'all make sure y'all want to know about stocks and y'all want to know about what to invest in. Y'all make sure y'all get at my main man Justin. My main man Justin. You see E out here with the Mistaken ID.
Yeah.
You already know, bro. Love the brand. I always rep. Listen, don't look at this right here. Where is it? Okay, here we go. So it looked like a just period. It's not. I burnt my shirt. Don't ask me how I did it. It happened. But yeah. Shout out to Jerry Rouse Credit Repair Services, Brick Credit Repair Services. Y'all already know. Get it, them young ladies. They do credit repair. They do. They sell houses, man. Whatever they don't. Listen, notary. Listen, I ain't got the whole list in front of me. The girls do the most. I don't know what they do. They do so much. So,
man, shout out to Boss Carter Catering. Shout out to J9.
Oh man, Boss Carter Catering, my man, Jermaine, what's good? I seen you earlier, my boy.
Healthy Express.
Who?
Healthy Express.
Healthy Express, man. Y'all go get healthy with Healthy Express.
B-Suds Car Wash.
Hey, can B-Suds come anywhere and wash my car?
Yes, you can.
Man, listen, I be needing my car wash. I need somebody to pull up wherever I'm at. So y'all make sure y'all get at B-Suds Car Wash as well. Anyone else?
Cake Pop King.
Cake Pop King. I need to get with the. You need to repair how much? Hey, listen. We got them all.
Chef Bid A, man.
Y'all already know what time it is, man. Boy, it's been real. The love is so real. I appreciate everybody who caught them tickets, man. I'm still getting people calling me and asking me, can they get a ticket? They know it's too late and all of that, but I really appreciate all of that, man. So shout out to all those businesses. Shout out to the people who are trying to push forward in the community. And shout out to shout out to the kids too. Also, one of the biggest things that is going to determine whether our children are successful is the education that they get. So shout out to all the teachers because it's Teacher Appreciation Week. Right. We appreciate y'all. I know y'all don't get paid enough.
What's good, Kelly?
Kelly, what's good, my boy? You better come. Hey, you heard me. Let them know. They better come eat good with us, boy. It's gonna be a vibe. You heard me? A whole vibe. Shout out to Kelly, man. A wealthy mindset. My man got the whole mindset. You feel me? My man got the whole listen.
Hey,
they putting on seminar.
Through the pandemic though, with the turmeric, the sea moss,
hey,
the shakes, whatever, man. Y'all get out of wealthy mindset, man. Even though the pandemic over, y'all get at Kellen Garden, man.
Hey, it's a healthy lifestyle. It's a healthy mindset. It's a wealthy mindset. Yeah. Right. WELL. Because you can have all the money in the world. Sickness ain't going your ass get sick, boy. You're going to die. It's just that simple. So, we appreciate all our teachers. You feel me? My teacher appreciation cap app is wide open. So if y'all want to appreciate the teachers, we got a teacher right here in the comments. Teacher, all the teachers in the comments, y'all drop y'all cash out. And if people appreciate you, they're going to send that cash out to y'all. So shout out to all the teachers. We got to appreciate our teachers. Stop going to these people's school knowing damn well you sent the asshole out the house and then come to these people's school doing all this cutting up on them teachers, man. Them teachers don't get paid enough. Them teachers is overworked and they get tired. So y'all got to appreciate it. You heard me? And they do it because they love the kids. So you got to respect, you got to appreciate the teachers. I know teaching is just like policing. It ain't all good police. It ain't all good teachers. You got some teachers that ain't worth shit. I understand. But the overwhelming majority, most teachers get into it because they want to help the children. And then y'all are the ones that make them look for the damn paycheck and that's it. It's the red tape that they deal with every day that makes them look for their paycheck. But I generally think that teachers get into the profession because they want to help the kids. Because you know teaching don't make all that money. You ain't thought that you was gonna be no damn public school teacher making $150,000 a year.
It's the same thing as being a football coach. You don't get paid no money, so you got to be out there to do.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be out there for the love of the game.
Right.
You feel me? Yeah, man. Y'all make sure y'all send them. Make sure y'all send them cash apps, man. They be needing supplies, man. Listen, my sister's a teacher. I watch my sister come home and print using our printer and our paper. I've watched my sister buy her own glue sticks and all that other. Tiffy James, she a teacher. I've watched her supply a whole class with highlighters or what have you. So y'all make sure y'all cash app them, man. They need that. Always need those supplies. And hell, they need them bottles of wine too. Because again, you be sending out assholes and then you be wanting to give these teachers headaches. It don't work that way. So make sure y'all appreciate the teachers, man. Also, Queens to Be Clothing. Y'all already know what Queens to Be Clothing is about. Queens to Be Clothing is about all the Queens to Be. All the princesses that right now, they are starting to get to these pivotal points where they could go left or they can go right. They could, do right, or they could just be all wrong. And I think that a lot of it comes from how they dress and how we treat our children. So Queens to Be Clothing is simply that. You are a queen to be. And while you're on that journey to being the queen, you can be very beautiful. You can be conservative, and you can still draw the attention and the attraction of good quality people. See, a lot of women don't understand that. A lot of women don't understand that. You attract what you look like. So you look kind of, that's the type of people you're going to attract. And when you dress conservative, but you still are, when you still are attractive being conservative, you attract that guy that's conservative and probably right along the lines of what you thinking.
And that's the other way around too, though.
And facts. I mean, if you dress like a thug, you gonna attract rackets. You go out there in a suit and tie, and the chick who's a nurse, she gonna okay. Well, I don't know. Maybe not that, because them nurses work around niggas with shirt and ties all day. I think that one of the bigger things is that your profession and what you deal with will determine what you like outside of your profession. So if you deal with stuck-up dudes that be wearing shirt and ties, you probably are more attracted to the down-to-earth street guy versus a chick who don't, who like those good guys that either have life experience or they come from a situation that they've never seen it. So it is refreshing to them. So Queens to Be Clothing is just about that, man. Showing our queens to be that they don't have to be fresh and they don't have to, dress and show all their cleavage and all of that. It's unnecessary, and you can still be beautiful. So shout out to them. But let's get to it, man. Today we are going to talk about 1 or 2 or 3 or 10 or 20 different things. But the biggest thing is the violence that's going on in our community. If you've seen the flyer, then you also seen that just a week or so ago, the ones in the suits be the devil in disguise. Wolf in sheep's clothing, huh, Candace? But yeah, man, we just watched, man, 2 weeks ago, man, and it's continuing to happen. It's continuing to happen. But we just watched a little boy get killed, man, at a birthday party. And we watched children, get killed at the drive-through with their parent, and we see this happening to our children, and we know that a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old, a little 9-year-old, that we know that they are not committing crimes that deserves, that type of retribution against them. So, how do we stop this? How do we stop this never-ending cycle of violence in our community? Well, so we already know that a key indicator of how violent the community is going to be that community's poverty level. The more impoverished a community is, the higher the violence usually is. And that's because more impoverished communities, people are bunched up, tightening it in together. More impoverished communities, people are more willing to do illegal activity in order to secure financial means or financial gains. So we know all of those pitfalls in the system. We know all those pitfalls in life. But then there also used to be where we had rules and regulation. It used to be big homies on the block. It used to be them Tukey Williams, them upper echelons of this game. They used to be on the block, and they used to tell you, they used to tell you, bro, we don't do that, bro. We don't do that. all of that shooting around kids and all that, shooting on Sundays. I mean, I ain't the oldest man in the world, and I know you're not the oldest man in the world either, but I know that you got to remember a time where you really never heard of nobody getting killed on no Sunday. It really didn't happen.
But first of all, honestly, bro, we living in a different era. And what I mean by a different era is when we was coming up, my mom and dad used to embarrass us when we was outside after a certain point in time. My mama would yell out the door, "Hey, Rick, can y'all get in the house?" You know what I mean?
Right.
Secondly, the parents nowadays are more younger than ever, bro. Right? So, we expecting 25 to 30-year-olds to instill discipline and, morals and values into the younger generation that's coming up. When our moms and dad were raised by hardcore discipline, got their behind beat when they got in trouble. And then now, it's the youngest that's going around, bro. We wouldn't have dared thought about going around with a gun at 13, 14 years old.
Facts.
We probably would have came to your house with 13, 14 people.
Oh, yeah.
Ass,
oh, yeah.
but we never would have run, been
having a gun wasn't even no thought. Because first of all, like, even if your parent had a gun, like, your old boy already told you, don't touch don't you touch that 357.
Exactly.
And you already knew, like, if the old boy even caught you playing like that, that shit was a wrap. Like, shit was dead fly. You finna get your ass beat.
Exactly.
So we never even thought about that. Now, yeah, we would click up. Yeah, it would be 10, 11 of us go to your hood and go to your house and jump on you. But we didn't think about guns. That's not something, but I think that, I can't even say pop culture, because if you think about it, we grew up with way tougher music than how these kids grow up with now. Like, if you really think about it, we grew up with NWA, Tupac, Biggie, Bone Thugs and Harmony. Like, we really grew up with niggas who really was talking like that. Even when you from the South, so you talking about the Ghetto Boys, Goody Mob, not so much Dre and Big Boy, even though they talk they shit, but you more so talking about the Dungeon Family, Pastor Troy, Master P, the old Cash Money. So we grew up with just as violent of music as these kids do now, probably even more. Because when we grew up, we didn't have social media. So when that dude was talking about selling 30 bricks, you believe that. You were like, okay. When the boy talking about coming from Georgia and going to South Kakalaki with 8 things in the car, you had no choice but to believe it, because we didn't see it. It was just what was said. Versus now, these kids, these people, we are able to see that you capping in your rap, bro. You ain't shooting and you ain't killing nobody, nigga. You on Instagram every day.
And like Candace say, kids having kids, number one. So, you got children having children. Then, all the big homies that we had back in the day, there are no more big homies now. Everybody dead or everybody in jail, right? Just think about the killing that we've had in Miami over the last, I would say, 5 to 7 years, right? Some of the biggest names of people that everybody don't know, a lot of people don't die, killed, retaliation murder.
Right.
You kill my man, I'm gonna go over here and kill 2 of yours. Now y'all done came and killed 2 hours, we're gonna go kill 2 of y'all. So just think about all the death, right? That these kids don't lost, they brothers, they uncles, they cousins, and everybody that done went to prison that would have been out here to guide them. So now it's left up to people like you, football coaches like me, all these other great coaches that we got, where we have to come in and be, the bridge over troubled water and try to mediate. I can't tell you how many times I done ran into kids that have no respect for their parents, right? But I have one conversation with me and know how to say yes, sir, and no, sir, right? It's just because it's the way you approach it, right? A lot of people don't know how to deal with this generation of kids.
Right.
Like some of these same kids just running around here toting guns, shooting. If I was able to get my hand on a lot of them, I could have a conversation with them, right? But it's just about relating to them. They don't have fathers, bro. And we have to stop underestimating. And let me talk to women right now. If you have a man in your child's life, right, and you have a man that want to do for your child, please do me a favor. Let him do for that child. Whether y'all get along, whether y'all together or not, because mothers are just as important as fathers, but fathers are the discipline and the how can I say it? It's just like the glue.
They're the rock.
They're the rock. All right. Because we can't expect these young boys 13, 14, 15 to start smelling themselves and behave if the mother is not allowing the father to be in his life. Now, I'm not talking about the guys that don't want to deal with their children. We talking about the the guys that actively want to be in their kids' life, whether y'all together or not, especially if you have a son. We are in critical times where fathers need to be in their kids' lives and have a conversation with them and sit down and talk to them. I got a daughter. I wish I had a son, you know, to have these conversations with them of what to do, what not to do, and try to raise them up. So, you know, these are things that I try to hope that one day I can instill into my daughter. And, you know, that's why I coach football, because most of these kids don't have fathers. And the fathers that they do have, bro, are not putting in the time. Fathers, put in the time with your sons, man. You know,
Bro, it's so and so just backstep a little bit. What you said is very true. And so just so that we could have the conversation, I'm not going to even address this from that aspect.
Mhm.
But there is not enough to be said, period. It's not even with women specifically, just in the world. It's not enough to be said about how important fathers are. We see that in the system and in this world, fathers are disregarded. So you see what Mother's Day, you see what Mother's Day looks like. The Mother's Day, you see, even on commercials, they place that importance on the mother. Because for Mother's Day commercials, they don't be talking about buying no goddamn robes and shit. They be talking about diamonds and all of that. But for Father's Day, you never see that. Oh, get dad a tie, get dad a tool. Like, so we already see that society has not placed an important role on fathers, but they only do it as a means for people to look and learn it, not how they conduct themselves. Because I could assure you, them white people, they not seen white people, like, they love their fathers. They do everything for them. I don't see white people have their fathers, cars and shit, but they don't portray that out in the media because that's not what they want you to learn. Like all of the programming, all of the stuff that we see, and people don't really realize how targeted marketing is. So the commercials that play in Miami, they don't play in Alabama. It's two different people. But the commercials that play in the hood in Miami also play in the hood in Alabama, because they want all us to learn the same shit. So that's one. And then two, man, I could say without a shadow of a doubt, No, I'm not saying that they don't have Father's Day commercials. What I'm saying is the level. If you look at it, when I see
what he's saying, Candace, is Mother's Day, we got baskets out on every corner. All right, Father's Day, just go on Walgreens, get him a card, and Walmart and grab him a tie. That's all Cody's saying.
Yeah,
you know where it is, Father's Day commercials. Trust me, but they advertise in tools and
they advertise very differently. Because of course we know some sorry ass mothers in this world. But the point is that society has not placed the importance on fatherhood. And because society has not placed the importance on fatherhood, coupled within our community specifically, they want to break up the black family structure. We don't have a lot of fathers in our homes. And listen, I promise you right now, bro, it's no way I'm not doing 30, 40, 50 years in prison if not for the fact that my father was in the house every day.
Every day.
And you didn't bullshit around with Big Walker.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You really did not play with Big Walker, and Big Walker didn't play with you. So you got chastised. You knew right from wrong. Now you.
Hey, but you know what's funny about that though? If you look at us now, right? And I hate to say this, but you got to keep it real. I'm 33 now. Man, you about the same age, right?
Yeah.
If you look at now, being that we had strong, tough fathers in our life, right? We now are, and not saying that you won't be if you don't have these things, but it just gives you a better opportunity. Now that we in our 30s, we have a better idea of what it is to take care of family, what it is to cook, clean, be the rock of your family, be the backbone of your family, and take care of your family. So now, and people be like, why you do the things you do? Well, we had a mom and a daddy in the house, together to show us how to do things. I had a strong daddy who went to the military, who had them tough, like all that tough stuff about him. Like, so, bruh, you had to learn. So
right.
Now those are things that translate now when we in our 30s that hold us to this day. We ain't out here doing stupidness.
Nah, man, don't want no Pandora bracelet. Hey, E, what you said? Cuban link me, Lord. Cuban link. Rolling me so I know it's real. Put them on me. I don't want no goddamn tie. I can do that myself. I don't want no socks. I don't want no tools because I don't want to work. Like even when you give me tools, it's only for me to do work. Like
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Cuban link me, man, rolling me. Hit me with the love, you know, you feel me, the woo-woos. But yeah, man, it's so important, bro. I think that, and a lot of guys, so even if you had a bad father, because you can have a bad father in the household, you can have a father that's drunk, beat on his wife, or whatever the case may be. But just in that example, a lot of times people who see that example traditionally stray away from it as they move along in life. They remember them being a helpless child, seeing somebody like that, and they don't want to inflict that same damage upon their child, so they don't conduct themselves in that way. But man, it's so important to have fathers out here. But then another problem that I'm seeing is a lot of these children are being killed because of their fathers. Like, look, if they go shoot up a party, a little boy's party, right? Now, I don't know the particulars behind that specific situation.
It ain't no particulars. No 4-year-old should get shot at this party. So
No,
let's just
right.
We're gonna go there.
Right. No, well, I mean, that goes without saying.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, I don't know if that was I don't know if they was looking for the father of that child, the cousin of that child. So I can't say. But I do know, like in Chicago, where that little girl got killed, 7-year-old girl got killed in the drive-thru. She got killed with her father. Apparently, her father had done swung somebody block a couple of times. They killed 2 people, swung they block, spent that block in the same car that he was in when he went to go pick up his daughter. Somebody seen him, somebody was following him, whatever. Boom. They on site of that.
They called him at McDonald's actually in the drive-thru.
In the drive-thru. It was on site for them. That was knowing that he picked up his child and all. I really believe that they knew he picked up his child. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the callousness of people. So, like, what are you doing as a father, man? You know you have these children at home. You know you got a daughter at home. So it's ways that you move. Like me, I ain't going out of my way to hurt nobody because I know that my children have to live. And if you want to get to me, bother any one of my child, any one of my kids.
Damn, I had to just pull myself together. I couldn't even just think myself being in that position as a daddy. You know what I mean? Now you got to move different, dog.
You got to live different, bro. Especially once you had them seeds.
To our generation, bro, when y'all have kids, bro, you got to wake up and put your child first. If anybody know me, if you follow me, like, you can honestly attest that my life is based around waking up, taking care of my child. You know, I move differently. Things I would have did 20 years ago or 15 years ago, I wouldn't dare do now because I just know I got a daughter. I ain't perfect, but you're not going to catch me out here doing no harm to nobody. You're not going to catch me out here getting into it because I just see the bigger picture. You know, I want to wake up tomorrow. You know what I mean? I want to be able to take my daughter outside and play with her. I want to be able to go to the beach. And a lot of these young kids, they don't know what priority is. They don't value life. You know what I mean? I guess they just feel like they're a cat. They have 9 lives. But when you got to see, bro, you got to think. I think for tomorrow. Like right now, my daughter home sleep. I'm still thinking about, okay, boy, getting home safely, making sure I get in the house, making sure she put in the bed. You know what I mean? Because she depend on me,
Right.
my mama. You know what I mean? And I can't imagine put my baby through sitting on the front row and they trying to close the casket on me. And I done spent 3 years investing all this time into my baby. And now they closing the casket on her. That's going to hurt her more than it's going to hurt my mama because of a relationship that I built with her.
Right.
So, you know, to my young brothers, man, whether you got kids or not, value your life, man. Value your life.
Very much so. And then I'm sorry, let me pause real quick. This person, and because I don't know, I can't see your picture, but you said that, so you blaming the TV for bad parenting in the black community. I'm not blaming the TV for bad parenting in the black community at all. There are several issues in the black community that black people need to fix, but I don't deny, nor will I ever forget the social programming that has been enacted on the black community, nor will I ever forget the pitfalls and the purposeful destruction of the black family structure perpetrated by the powers that be. Because I ain't gonna just say white. There's more people in power than just white. You got some get along boys too. You got some boys that, you know, they say I give you $1, but you got to be okay with me taking 5 from him. And you got some of our same skinned people that's fine with that. So don't ever think that I'm blaming one specific thing. There are several problems in our community, but one of those problems is the social programming, which is done by TV, radio, entertainment. So, and the fact is that men and women, Candace says, the fact is that men and women want to live a dangerous lifestyle with kids and a family and have no regards of the threat they cause to their family. And this is disgusting. And this is correct. You see, but you know what? The problem is that these guys should not be procreating. If you think about it, right? If you live in that life, you shouldn't be procreating. And that's just facts. Like, I could tell you, me having, okay, me and Herb go back years.
Almost what? Over 10 years. I'll say 15 years.
Yeah, easily.
Right.
So you remember life for us when we was there. You know what I'm saying? I would have never brought no child into the world because the person that I had to be at that time is not the person that would be able to have children around me, because that's something that somebody can touch. Mm-hmm. If you out here living that life, then you should not be thinking about procreating. Ladies, if you, because you know what, you know what? Some women find this type of shit.
And I'm glad we're here. I'm glad we're here, because this is something that always disturbed me anyway. And I always felt like if you got kids, what do you have time to be in the streets doing wrong anyway?
This is very true.
You shouldn't be in the streets killing people. You shouldn't be in the streets robbing people if you have children. I'm just saying, I don't have that much time in the world to be out here.
No, I mean, so, and then we know this. And that's what I'm saying. So we have a segment, or we have a specific guy. And okay, he's attractive to women. I get that danger and excitement is attractive. Okay, cool. But it's 60-40. Brother, you know you should not be out here procreating, bro. You doing too much right now. You out here finessing too many niggas. You out here robbing too many people. You out here selling bad dope to too many folk to be out here thinking about having a child. Baby girl, you know that he buying you all this nice shit and all that, but you know how he got it. You don't want for that to be somebody who is tied to your life for 18 years. And to couple that, I understand people change. I've changed. Herb has changed. But never forget that as much as you change, there are some people that are going to stay the same forever. So grudges are grudges. And if you did something to me 10 years ago, don't think I forgot it. Don't think I forgot it. I ain't forgot it at all. It's either I'm going to let it go or not. But then we know certain things ain't never going to get let go. It's like if you kill somebody's family member, but I ain't know that shit ain't no letting go.
And while we at it, let's just say, rest in peace to Elijah LaFrance, which was the 3-year-old that was killed at his party. I want to make sure I look that up. Definitely my condolences to his family, because I'm a father of a 3-year-old. You know what I mean? So,
and we on demon time. Boy, listen here, you play with my kid. Boy, we is on demon time.
And back to what we were saying, back in the day, like they used to say, women and kids were off limits. Now this generation, I've seen so bad as like 2 years ago, they shot up a church or robbed a church. So, we would have never thought about robbing a church, shooting up a kid party. It's just that the times that we're living in, bro, we need more hood mentors, more role models, more coaches to step up. Because a lot of these kids play sports.
That too. Well, see, the thing with that is that one, there's this misconception, right? Let's say a kid is not doing in school, because you and I both are in the system. So a kid is not doing good in school. Because that kid is not doing good in school, a lot of times people have this innate, oh, well, if you ain't doing good in school, you shouldn't be able to play sports. Mm-hmm. What they don't realize is the correlation between sports and doing good in school. Yep. So I'm not saying that your child is going to be an NFL star. I can't tell you that. But speak a little louder. Or pull the mic. Yeah, I can't tell you that your son is going to be an NFL superstar. But what I can tell you is, as long as your son play football for me, he better make sure he get his homework done. He better make sure he get his household chores done. The teacher better not call you, because you better not call me. If you call me, I'm on his ass. And another problem that we had, or that we did not have, that we have today in 2021, we can't raise children as a community like we used to. I give you a prime example. I remember when I was like 5, 6, 7, 8, one of those ages, and we was 2 houses down at the lady Miss Alice's house. So we at Miss Alice's house. Miss Alice had all these tiles. I'm talking about Miss Alice had tile everywhere, stacks of tile. We out there with her grandson. Grandson say, y'all, we could break the tile. My nigga, we grabbed hammers, wrenches. Bro, we broke up every tile this lady had. If she would have snatched us up by the back of our shirt and tore our ass up on the way to my mama's house, My mom in the comments. My mama would, if she would have did that, oh, you was finna get a double ass whooping. One, somebody else had to correct you in the streets. Oh, that's a big no-no. And you was doing wrong.
Man, your mom gonna be embarrassed by somebody ever come to her house and snitch on you.
Exactly. So now what we see now is when you try to tell a parent something about their child, it is they are defensive. They are defensive. Excuse me, y'all. Somebody's knocking on my door. It's open. They are defensive, or they don't believe that their child does wrong. Like, we need to get back to a point, because that's a bigger problem. Little Johnny, okay, so mama, we understand that you work a 12-hour shift every day. We understand that you work 2 jobs. You got to make ends meet. Father may not be in the home, or whatever the case may be. But a part of you living that life is if little Johnny go down the street.
Kind of stupid. Come on, after the 80s babies, I'm sure most of the next generation babies were dropped on their head.
Facts, probably after like 92. But yeah, you used to be able to go down the street, and if Johnny was acting up down the street, Miss Dot corrected Johnny. You see what I'm saying? Now, if Miss Dot say something to Johnny, then Johnny mama coming, oh bitch, don't say nothing to my child. Like, boop, 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 boop. But it didn't used to be like that. And because we all kept an eye on our children, there was not a lot of places you can do wrong. Mm-hmm. At least not in your neighborhood. I mean, you know, we know about Project Beef. We know about 12th Avenue, to a 12th Court versus 13. And these is 2-3 streets over from each other, right in the same area. It didn't used to be like that because you could not walk around in this neighborhood doing bullshit. Because Miss Jeter didn't have that shit. Miss Dot didn't have that shit. Miss Alice didn't have that. Miss Charlton catch you slipping. Mr. Lemon them catch you slipping. You go on the back street of Miss Brown them house, and they catch you slipping. And everybody on your ass. And we finna take you back to your mama them. Your mama them finna get on your ass. Now we in a situation where your child could have robbed me, took all my money, and got my phone in his hand at your house. And when I come in and say your son took my phone that he has in his hand, oh, don't tell me my son did this and all of this extra shit. So now we have not fixed the problem, and this kid is being enabled because you don't want your child to be chastised because you carried him for 9 months. So can't nobody tell you shit, and can't nobody say nothing to your child. And that is a problem in our community that has to stop. It's community policing. We can police each other, or we can have people from outside of our community come into our community and police us. But when we don't police each other and we don't police ourselves, when they come in as community police, they don't come to law and order. They come to kill and maim. And then with qualified immunity, you can't sue them. You be damned if you get them on grand jury. You be damned if you get an indictment for them. They go to trial. We just seen in 2021 an officer being convicted of murdering somebody in the streets. This shit ain't happened. This ain't been happening year after year after year. We done had years where officers and killed niggas and went home on administrative leave and came back and still officers. So it's a whole bunch of different things that we can do, but I think that we have to police ourselves. I should be able, and me, I don't have a problem. I don't care if I don't know your parent. If you walking through my neighborhood, if you're doing something wrong in my neighborhood and I see you, I'm going to immediately chastise you about that. Maybe it's because I don't care who your parent is. When they come to me talking about, oh, you did this and you said this to my child, I'm going to say, ma'am, your son did this and that and the third. You know, he did that. If he do that to somebody else, he do that anywhere else. If it's a different situation in a different neighborhood, you may be burying him in a week or so. So that's why we trying to stop that. But yeah.
And let me touch on this. You just said something about we in 2021, right? And we just now seeing an officer being convicted. That is true, and that is, well, it is true, but the fact that he was convicted, I just feel like that was a show, like a game, something to just calm us down. Let me just read the charges that he got. He got 2nd-degree unintentional murder. What the hell is unintentional murder? All right. 3rd-degree murder and 2nd-degree manslaughter. All right. So, I mean, yeah, they did convict him or whatever like that, but I just feel like that was more of a little show. When it really come down to it, the man may get 7-8 years, bro.
Right.
When it really come down to the come down.
Well, see, so the thing is, We know that progress is a slow process.
That is.
I think that he should get 20 to 25. Just same way I would have got 20 to 25 for killing that man.
You would have got 40.
I definitely would have got 40, but if I know I was on tape, I would have pleaded out and took the 20 because I know. You know what I'm saying? I'd have took my plea, probably got 18 strong. You know what I'm saying?
Strong.
Don't really have all these offenses and all that. Yeah, I probably would have took my plea and took my 12 to 14 or my 12 to 18 and got out in 7, something like that. But it's a start.
Yeah.
We ain't never even seen him get convicted of some shit. Now we've gotten to the point where, okay, the jury is not going to allow you to get away with it. Now, of course, sentencing is something different. The judges impose sentencing, but that will change too. Bro, I'm starting to see a lot of black women, a lot of young black women judges. And I have seen officers go in front of black women judges after they done did wrong. Boy, listen here, sisters be crucifying them niggas on that. Be crucifying them boys. Like, hey, oh nah, brother, you was callous in this. Oh, I'm finna give you the maximum sentence. So that's going to change too. That's where parenting comes in. Because if we get our parenting good, if we get our parenting where it needs to be.
We can build up more judges.
Huh?
We can build up more judges.
We can build more judges. We have more teachers that have vested interests in what they're doing instead of just getting a check. Because that's a bigger problem. Like, and we have teachers right here. Candace, she's a teacher. Tiffy James, she's a teacher. At some point, after you going through enough, you gonna just say, you know what? Let me get my check and let me go home. Yeah. We have to take a vested interest in what our children are doing from both sides. As a parent, as a teacher, we have to take that vested interest. If we don't, then our children are going to continue to fall wayside. Our children are going to continue to find other things to do outside of positive things. We need to make more of an investment in our children as far as legislatively. Let's stop voting for people who won't care about having high rises in the city where the damn schools are some of the lowest in the country. We worried about building new high rises, but we have not invested in the education for our children. So now, you know what? Cool. Because them uneducated ass children gonna be construction workers building high rises that they'll never be able to afford. And it's gonna continue. So we need to take these measured approaches from every angle. We need to start back community parenting.
And like Tiffy James say, man, the parents need to be more active, you know, and just not active for BS. You know what I mean? We got to get up. It's to the point now where, you know, parents probably don't even make their kids do homework when they come in the house, man. This is the world we're living in right now, you know. And the school's really not making it no better because, you know, with everything being so, you know, virtual, not even so much a virtual before the pandemic, you know, everything was by iPads and phones and, you know, sending things out. So, you know, it's all about better curriculum, but it starts at home. The parents got to be more active, stop being friends. We have to stop being friends with our kids. Let me say that. Stop being friends with your children. Your children are not your friends.
Funny enough, I seen this the other day, and I said this to myself. I think one of the most detrimental phrases of the last few years has been my broke best friend. Mm. People, and it sounds cute, and I get what you're saying. But when you say your child is your broke best friend, you're saying that they're your friend and they're not they're your child. I get where you're coming from with it. I dig it. I love to see that we love our children and we want to be there for our children in that fashion. But my father and my mother was here for me every step of the way, and I never thought one time that me, my mother, or my father was friends.
Yep.
Even now today, I am 30 some odd years old, 33, y'all. You know, I'm old man though. I'm 33 years old. You know, I smoke cigars. My mother, my father has never seen me smoke a cigar. I done had my own house. I done had several places. I done had several cars. I done financed several trips. I done did my whole life. I'm a grown ass man. And my mother and father has never seen me smoke a cigar. I never thought we was friends, and I never thought that they should or they would be accepting of seeing me doing that. That's why I've never done it in front of them, even cursing. And you know I cuss like a sailor. Now on this show is a little different because I can't stop mom and them from watching the show, but I also can't not be myself. But in person, in my house, And when I go to my mama and my daddy, or when I'm around, even when we go on social gatherings, social events, I don't cuss. They'll never hear me cuss unless it's out of anger. And if for me to cuss in front of my parents out of anger, you'd really piss me off. You probably said something to one of them, and that's what got me the way I am. But bro, it's just I never thought we was friends. Kids think that they parents and them as friends. Like even this whole
and not even so much that the parents think they killed their friends, and that's why they raising killers. That's why we raising thugs. That's why we raising, the type of children that we're raising, because we scared to discipline them. You know what I mean? I tell people all the time that I'm around, that I see that have kids. You cannot be afraid to tell your child what is the right thing to do. I have a 3-year-old right now. I love her to death, right? But if I know that she has bad habits right now that'll lead to something bigger when she's older, I'm not afraid to correct those habits now. You know what I mean? So the teacher don't have to call me down the line. Am I perfect? Hell no. But I know how I was raised. I know I'm still here. I'm 33. I done seen dudes die a lot younger than me because they didn't have morals and values because their parents was their friends. I seen a lot of my homies. I went to their houses when we was young and how they interacted with their parents. I'm like, okay, well, certain things you can do. I know I can't do that. You know what I mean? I can't do that at my house with my mama. You know what I mean? My mom and dad checked my book bag before we went to school. You know what I mean? Because they knew we was going to school with all type of foolishness, not no guns. Maybe we was taking some candy or some toys.
You could have been in the lunchroom throwing eggs. What
we don't grab some eggs or something. You know what I mean? Some food for to do something stupid at the school, but we weren't walking out the house with no guns. Nowadays, these kids walking out the house with 30-round drums in their book bag, and the parents scared to say something to them. Why? Because y'all, sitting in the Jordan line every 2 weeks buying them Jordans, enabling them, and what we call y'all enablers. Buying them Jordans, scared to tell them when they wrong, they curse in front of you, and then when they go out and kill somebody, you sit around looking crazy when they throw 45 years at your child. No, it starts at home.
Facts. And I mean, that's another thing. Like, remember when we was kids, mama ain't standing in no goddamn line for shit.
Boy,
and you only got shoes
Jordans
when she had money. We wasn't financing shit. Now we got Afterpay.
Boy, I can count on this many hands. I mean, boy, I don't have this many pair of Jordans in my life, okay? And I bought all of them, all right? Mama wasn't buying us no Jordans when we was young. We had some Nikes from Foot Locker, some 501s from Walmart, all the fresh shirts to go with them. That was matching, you know what I mean? But we weren't getting no J's. Boy, my mama damn sure wasn't standing in no line. A line?
What? What?
What?
Mama, I want the Jordan. What Jordan?
Boy, you better hope we go to Orlando to the outlet. What you mean? Come on, some Jordan.
Who? Man, listen, it was for us. So all of that, all y'all weren't getting Jordans?
Bro, we went to the outlet, boy. We was happy. You know what I mean?
You listen, I remember going to Foot Action and looking on that $99 or less wall. Hold on, brother. Don't look at the new releases.
Or
go over there.
Take your ass in Foot Locker. Whoever had the red tag on that said sell.
Ooh, boy, look for the sale items, my boy. Listen,
you tripping, boy.
That's if you got a chance to even go shopping.
Yeah,
mama gonna get
right there. Grades had to be on point.
Listen,
or you won't get nothing,
nigga. You'll be listen, boy. Let me tell y'all something. First of all, I've messed up my whole life, starting from when I was a child. I always had not the greatest grades in the world. Okay. And because I didn't have the greatest of grades in the world, see, I realized today in 2021 that the only reason why I didn't get everything that I wanted is because I didn't have good grades. And the whole time I wasn't getting good grades, it was because I wasn't getting nothing that I wanted. It was a whole back and forth. It was an internal shit. But listen, boy, you fuck around and get 2 pair of shoes for the whole year with some bad grades. And now parents don't even check the report card. Man, I talked to a parent that didn't even know the report cards came out. I said, Mama, where's his 39 weeks report card? Oh, well, I never seen it. Well, Mama, they ain't a 4th 9 weeks. Oh, I didn't know. I had to call the school tomorrow. What do you mean? Like, oh, no. The OG knows when the report card come out. She's already come to the school previously and asked, hey, when is y'all passing out the report cards?
Hold on, stop that. Block Prince. There is no such thing as parents that can't talk to their kids and sometimes them young kids. Listen, the only way you can't talk to your kids is if you 85 and your kids is 15 years old, okay? Because if you in my goddamn house and I'm paying the rent every month, I'm paying the lights every month, I'm paying the cable every month, and I brought you in this world, I sent out the sperm to bring you in this world, there's no way I can't talk to you. So
two shoot, hey, Candy, 2 for the 100. Oh, 2 for the 100. Shit, y'all better look on that wall. But yeah, bro, it is. Listen, it's no way. It's just like you said. It's no way. First of all,
that means you
Block
scared of your
Prince.
child. You can't talk to your child.
Block Prince, brother. I would talk to your child any kind of way. I mean, when they doing wrong, of course. Not to say that I'll just be talking to people's children any kind of way. Yeah, no, I talk to your child the way he needs to be talked to if he out here doing wrong. There's no way in the hell you shouldn't be able to do it. And I tell your child, and your child know, like on my football team, for instance.
Yeah, because I'm about to say he must ain't seen the TV show how I talk to 30 kids at one time. And if anyone of them feel like they could whip my ass, please let me know.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because see, what I tell children is, listen, let me tell you something, son. Your mama can't whoop my ass. Your daddy can't whoop my ass. Your big brother can't whoop my ass. It's not an uncle that you got to whoop my ass. The nigga in the hood that everybody love who be buying all y'all shit at the ice cream truck, he can't whoop my ass either.
If any of y'all need help raising your child, you got some sons you scared to talk to,
Please
go turn on Liberty City Wars episode 1 through 6. Okay, and I had 19 of the baddest kids in Miami. All right, and now one of them knew not to play with me. All right, so if you right here talking about somebody scared and can't deal with their kids, all the kids that I dealt with and Cody dealt with are 13 through 15 at the worst ages of their life right now. So there's no such thing as you can't talk to your kids, bro.
Listen, first of all, see, and I think that, like I say, or like you say too, a lot of this comes from having a strong father in the household. So,
because mama, you can play with mama.
Mama still think you baby.
There you
You
go.
gonna always be mama baby.
You gonna have that daddy that's gonna grab your ass by that shirt and be like, bro, what you said? Like, you know, I'm the man of the house. You know what I mean? That's why a lot of these young boys run around the way they do. Because guess what? You can come in the house paying SAG. Mama 28 years old. She chasing niggas herself. So she ain't got time to be trying to raise you. And then guess what? The dude that she got in the house, he ain't got no authority to say something to your son because that ain't his daddy. All right? So it goes back to having a daddy in the house.
And guess what? If that guy is there, even if he's not that child's biological father, understand, realize.
There you go, Zay.
Hey,
Belt around the neck.
Listen.
Better hope I don't come in that bit like Desperado with it still on it and whip that bitch off.
You heard? Hey, you gonna hear that thing whip from the parking lot.
Oh, man, child.
You know the old boy coming up. You already know. Listen, I seen my old boy walk from across the field. I was in PE, and my boy came from the furthest gate, and he was just walking across the field. And it was so uniform. He was just like, I just knew the Terminator was coming.
That's the problem. Ain't no more parents coming to school to whoop no ass no more.
Hey, listen.
We used to sit in the principal office, know the old girl was on the way, like, damn, dog. Old girl want to beat the skin off my ass for everybody too.
Listen, I seen, and I've been in class. Thank God, my old boy and my old girl, my mom and my daddy. As much as I gave them a headache, they waited till I got home to straighten me out on that.
No.
I could not, man. Listen, I've been in the classroom and my teacher made us put our heads down when somebody's child was getting their ass.
Well, I got my beat so bad. The teacher put some construction paper up to the door. You know the little hole, the little prison window right there?
Yeah.
My old girl walking there told her to put some paper up to the window so nobody can't see in this bit. Boy, wore my ass out for a good 15, boy.
Hot.
On everybody, boy.
Need you.
That's old school ass one, what we need, though.
Hey, and guess what? It ain't necessarily stop you from being who you are, but it curtail a lot of what you could have been. Because we know without them whippings, bro, like I say, I firmly believe, bro, if not for my old boy, if not for my father, bro, it is no way I'm not serving a very long prison sentence. It's just too much to get into. Facts, and if you don't, you know what I'm saying? If you don't have a strong father to say, hey, boy, this is not acceptable, then you listen. I thank God for my pops.
Hey, boy, listen, my baby school teachers probably think I'll whoop their ass, okay? When I pull up to the school, they be, hey, Mr. Richie, they just the look on my face when I drop off, they know, like, by business, we raise your child a certain way, they gonna know, like, okay, when they see me, they be like, boy, this nigga always got a good, strong look on this way. I know he ain't gonna play. Hey,
listen, well, funny enough, I've only ever had to come to my, I've only had to ever go to the school, I don't know, a total of 3 to 4 times across my children completely. But I remember just having a parent-teacher conference during this pandemic. And even when even in this Zoom, when you look at my face, you know that I came and I meant business.
Mm.
Through this Zoom, you will see me get on somebody's ass today. If what I'm hearing is not what I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? Like my child know, do not come to me with the bullshit. Because I used to do it. I used to say the teachers did not like me. No, I was an asshole.
Yeah.
But the teachers did not like me. I know these games. So don't come to me with it. My children know this. I don't want to hear it. When I go to the school, I'm going to embarrass you in front of whoever. Especially if I don't got to call more than once. Because you know the first thing to do is call mama.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, mama going to go out there the first once or two times. She going to go out there. She may not even tell me about it. But see, if she got to keep going, she going to call me and, hey, you know, this. When I go out there, it's a problem. And people already know. I had to get on the bus one time. My son was acting up on the bus. Hey, ma'am, I will tear his ass up from the first seat to the last. Call me. Call my cell phone. I gave the bus driver my cell phone number. Call me if you got any problem. He get on this bus. If he don't sit his ass in this first seat, if he got anything to say besides good afternoon, all you got to do is give my phone a call. After I went out there, I ain't got another fucking phone call yet, or at that time, because they know I didn't play. They know I don't play. Just the same way I knew my father didn't play. So yeah, nah. Let's see here. Let's get a couple of these comments. These kids tell you to call their parents because they ain't scared. Yup, you right. I know goddamn well when my teacher said, what's your mama number? Please, no. I'm sorry.
I gave her the wrong number.
Hey, and I didn't have no big sister, so it's not like I had a big sister or a big cousin. Nah, I had to get an old girl and an old boy number.
Yeah.
Listen, I remember times where I knew that they were supposed to call. I used to be at home with the phone off the hook. You ain't know until somebody picked the phone. Somebody got the phone off the hook. Okay, at least I know they finna get on the phone, so can't nobody get through when they call.
Boy, I got to ask on 9/11, boy. Okay. 2001. To this day, still remember. Cody, if I'm lying, I'm flying. God can strike me right now, boy. Let me get this tea out my eye. Boy, I got in trouble on September 11, 2001, boy. Whatever day that was, boy.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll never forget this day, boy.
Yo, the old school was a somber and shit.
Bro, I came home, bro. I'm wiping tears out my face, laughing. Bruh, my old boy was watching the news, bro. Man watching CNN, bro. I never forget this day. I just knew I was good, bro. Old boy turned the TV off, cool.
Fuck me alive. I've been meaning to get on your ass. That's what's been around here.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Boy, I had to get that out, boy. Boy, I got to ask him on 9/11, boy. On God, boy.
Hey, because you're bashing the old boy in the crib. Now, would you believe they done flew this plane into it? Because you know your old boy leaning back in the big chair. You know, it's a chair you only your old boy sit in. And if you hear him coming through the door, you need to get up.
I think 9/11 must have made him more madder. Like,
I think it was in the military.
oh, my God. Boy, let me tell you something, boy. We need to get back to that type of shit. I said that to say this. Boy, my daddy beat my ass on 9/11, boy, in the midst of an American tragedy, boy. Okay? And y'all out here sparing y'all kids, bro. Nah, bro. Ain't no sparing nothing, boy. We need to get back to the 9/11 albums, boy. My daddy gave me. Real shit, boy. I never forget it, though. All just out, but I had to get that out, boy. But I still remember that ass whooping to this day, boy. My daddy beat my ass in the midst of an American tragedy, boy, for getting in trouble in school, boy.
I can't imagine what you did in school, because
I can't even remember, bro. But I know I got my ass whooped because I remember CNN, bro. I thought it was over. I thought it was all good. You know what I mean? Like he watching CNN all deep into it. I'm seeing all the planes and the smoke and shit. So you know, I'm thinking shit cool.
What did you hit the door? The old boy Bloop.
No. He kept on watching it. That's what made me think I was good, bro. And boy,
he caught your ass on the commercial.
literally what it was, in the middle of Don Lemon, boy.
Hey, dog, let me say we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Say I got time.
Yeah, we got some time today, boy.
Man, and that's what we need to get back to. And guess what? Okay, people be talking so much shit about ass whooping, and people try to correlate ass whooping to slavery and all this other shit. Man, listen here, man. I'm a healthy, happy adult. Do you see the tears coming from my eyes? This man talking about he got hell on 9/11. Man, listen here. It ain't no whooping I got that I ain't deserve. I know that for sure. Hey, listen, every ass whooping I got, I deserve. I even got. Hey, listen, I remember one time.
Yeah, boy.
Hey, when we was in the second. Oh, I already know that Zoe shit ain't playing. They don't even that. It's not even whooping. Now that be the abuse. They going to get sticks, twigs, trees. They gonna beat you with a pot. All that.
Oh, I needed that, bro.
Pots, pans, skillets, and shit. Yeah. But man, I mean, as many women as I've got, man, I deserve every last one of them. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I didn't.
But
So-
I thank God for them whoopings, boy. You hear
Boy.
me, boy?
Listen,
God for them, boy.
I've had my moments where I sat back and thought the way my mind worked, the way I moved, one for the old boy.
Yeah, for real, bro. Cause
Listen.
your mama gonna spell you, bro. Let's just call it what it is. Mama gonna spell you.
and what's so funny? Check this dichotomy out, right? A father will always spare his daughter, and he will bust his son ass.
Yeah.
A mother will
Yes.
always spare her
His
son
and bust her daughter.
and bust her daughter ass.
Yeah.
And people be like, I be looking at it, I realize they be like, oh, why a lot of girls be getting kicked out the house at 18? If a father was in the household, you wouldn't be able to kick his daughter out at 18. That's not happening.
You already know what's gonna happen.
Right, a single parent household where mama making all the decisions and the rules, she kicking her daughter out at 18. Her son is there till he's 30 and he ain't shit. But daughter, she got to get out of 18, and it's because you can't be more woman than I am in my own shit. And it's the same way with a
Vice
father.
versa with the man.
A father will kick his son out at 18 because you can't be more of a man than me in my house.
When
This
you
is
feel like
my
your
shit.
nuts bigger than mine.
When you feel like you got more hair on your nuts than I got on mine, it's time for you to go. Because if not, I'm going to slam you on your shit every chance I get. Grown and all. My son, 24 years old. I wish a nigga would. Who? Boy, I'm finna pull up to your crib. Listen here, my son got his own crib and all. My son got his own place. But if you get out of line, don't think because you're going to get out of line on the telephone, you're going to get out of line with me and hang up like I can't come to your house. What? I'm going to come to your shit like a hurricane. Same way me having my own houses and all of this other shit, I still ain't finna be on the phone. My old boy, woo, 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 hang up. Who? The old boy ain't gonna be the F-150. The old boy finna find out where you at.
Maybe Mr. Walker come get your ass, boy.
Who is a setup? Your sister gonna call you. Where you at? Oh, I'm at the park. Okay.
Candace say kids nowadays are embarrassed to be smart. Real talk.
And that's cap. That's facts. I ain't gonna say cap. That's
I'm about to
facts.
say that's real. That's real. Because they feel like it ain't cool to be smart no more. You know what I mean? You know, the one of the biggest regrets I have, bro, in my high school was waiting too long to take the SAT. You know what I mean? Because when I finally took it, I actually got a 1400, even though I cheated on my math part. I will admit that, but still, you know, had I taken that test earlier and took school and transcripts and grades, more importantly, I would have been much more farther and went Division I. You know, when it comes to without even football, you know, just off of academics. You know what I mean? Like she said, kids nowadays are scared to stand up and be smart and be the leaders of their class, and that goes back to, you know, having strong leadership in your house to, you know, influence you to be a leader. You know what I mean? And to raise you up and control your destiny. Because I look at my child now, you know, the way we dress her and the way we, you know, try to teach her. My child knows English. You know, I don't say that lightly because she's of Spanish heritage as well. So she speaks English, Spanish, but also knows sign language. I don't know sign language. Her mother doesn't know sign language. You know what I mean? But, you know, just the things that you expose your child to is going to be the things that they learn.
Right.
So, you know, we got to expose our children to more positive things. We got to get our children out, and instead of having them listen to gangster rap. My daughter has never listened to gangster rap unless she's in the car with me. And if that's on, I'll turn to country music or gospel music or something like that. I listen to whatever I want to listen to. I'm 33. I made my bed. I got to lay in it. But my daughter's never heard the City Girls.
Facts.
Swear to God. And if my girl is on here right now, she'll comment right now. My daughter has never heard the City Girls. She doesn't listen to any type of, none of that foolishness that come on the radio. We just try to program her with kids songs. She's 3 years old. She shouldn't be listening to grown up stuff. You know what I mean? So we got to get our kids into the habit of, putting around positive things. You know what I mean? If you know that you listen to certain stuff, don't have it around your kids, man. You got to have a little bit of decency, a little bit of respect. You know what I mean? It's a time for everything.
Facts. And I think that even that, like, because I had did a show, and it was one of the things that we talked about is this whole situation with Cardi B when her and Megan Thee Stallion came out with the song WAP. And it was a whole uproar because I guess when Cardi B daughter had walked in the room while she was playing the song, she immediately cut it off so her daughter didn't hear it. So people was like, oh, well, you put this music out for all children to hear, but you don't want your child to hear it. And at first,
hold on, time out. So Cardi B didn't want her daughter to hear
WAP.
Ooh.
So now at first, I was more so in agreement with the people saying, well, how you putting out the music, but you don't want your child to listen to it, but it's fine if you are okay with my child listening to it. But then Cardi B said something to me that was a little profound. She said, I make music for adults. You allow your child to listen to that. I didn't make that song for your child. The song is for you. You let your children listen to that. That's not my fault. That's not my problem. My child is not going to listen to it. And I get that. Like, yes, I understand that these women influence a culture. I understand that these women influence children. That's only if you allow your children to be influenced by it. I don't agree with it. I don't, like, even for me, like I said, it's certain things that I don't do. So around my children, especially around my daughters. Now, my son is a little different. But around my baby girls, I don't curse. Even when I get mad, the biggest that I've blown up, yeah, okay, I was, animated or whatever the case may be. But for the most part, my child doesn't even hear me curse like that. I find constructive ways to have conversation. And when you piss me off, then even my cursing then is not like how I, talk amongst my, fellas or whatever. Because I don't want to expose my daughter to that. I don't want her to think that it's okay for a man to be cursing at her. No, I can find a constructive way to chastise my child. And I don't have to curse to do that. Now, of course, the occasional ass may come out. You know what I'm saying? You want me to beat your ass? That may come out. But as far as that hard cursing, I don't do it in front of my children, my daughters. Now, my son, like I say, my son is a little different. I teach you how to be a man, and you know what men aren't supposed to do because you watch how I treat your mother. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big thing too. A clear indication of how men treat their women is how they watch their father treat their mother. I didn't never see my old boy coming in the house throwing shit and cussing my mama out and all that. So I ain't been with a woman that I've had a conversation where I'm calling her out of her name and putting my hands on her. I didn't see my old boy operate in that fashion. I would never do it. I didn't think it was right, and I don't think it's right. And it's because of the example he showed me. So we have to get into a space also where we are allowing, we can't have these toxic relationships. That's why you got to be ready to cut a motherfucker off when your peace is being disturbed. Mm-hmm. Because you cannot let your children see the toxicity. If they see it, it can become them. How you treat your mother, how you treat your woman. I can assure you, son, I can assure you, how you treat your woman, how you treat your baby's mother is going to determine how your son treat women and how he treats his baby's mother. You around here calling your baby mama a bitch. Your son hear you calling his mother a bitch. When he gets to your age and he has that baby mama or he has that woman, he gonna find it acceptable to call her a bitch. I never even heard my old boy. I never heard my old boy even talk like that to my mama. My old boy could get mad now. My old boy raised hell. Calling her out her name, never heard that. If my old boy yelling, he yelling at every six of the motherfuckers who grew up in his house. He ain't just yelling. This ain't no closed door. They arguing, going back and forth, blah, blah, blah. None of that shit. So I don't find it acceptable, which is why right now, today, I don't get into arguments with women. I wouldn't get into an argument with a woman that I'm with. It's just not. It's not me. It's not me. Kids nowadays want to be gay, and that comes from soft parenting. The kids wanting to be gay doesn't come from soft parenting. That comes from social engineering or come from the brainwashing that society puts on our children. And again, the biggest thing with the whole gay issue is now we've kind of listened and made it acceptable for somebody to say that they was born gay when we know that it's not the case. And even when I have conversations with gay people, I'm often a person that says, I don't care what you do. You gay, that's cool. But don't say you was born that way. Because if you're telling me you was born that way, that takes away the power of your decision to be that way. If that's what you choose to do, that's what you choose to do. If you a guy that likes to have sex with guys, that is a choice that you can make because you're an adult. Because you grown, bro. So if you like to be peanut butter packing, that is your issue. That is your business. Don't sit here and tell me you was born that way. Because now, if you tell me you was born that way, that means you didn't have a choice in the matter. Instead of you owning your choice, instead of you owning that that's what you want.
Yeah.
It's not for me to judge. I personally won't have no other beard rubbing against my beard, hair get tangled up, and now I pull away, and now your hair tangled with my hair. Now we won't be doing none of that shit. But it's not for me to judge people on that situation. So that being gay doesn't come from soft parenting. Being gay comes from what society puts towards our children. Erica says, it's what you exposed to. That's facts. As a teacher once and now a social worker, I talk to parents about exposing their kids to the little things. Kids see when we think they don't see just as well as hear. It starts early as we think. It starts as early as we think in the kid's life. And that's true too. Govern yourself accordingly around your children. But see, a lot of times because parents are progressively getting younger and younger, we still trying to live our life while we have a child. So now guess what? You got to bring your child with you to that party. That child see you drinking and getting drunk. You still one of them fine mamas. You look thick little something. So you out there twerking up a storm at the party where you drunk, where your child at, because you still trying to have fun and live a life while having the child, instead of understanding your life is over once you have that child. Because that child is the first priority. Their mental growth and development is the first priority. Them having a good life, it's the first priority. It's the only priority that you have once you have a child. I hate to say it, but all of these diluted visions of grandeur talking about you still want to be a rapper, bro. You got a child, my nigga. Fuck recording, bro. You need to go record a job, bro. What you talking about? Unless you successful already. What do you mean? You know what I mean? The party stops. The party is what stops. Your life starts when you have a kid, but that's your adult life.
And let me just say this, right? I look at a lot of dudes that's partying now and going out, got kids, even women too. Y'all ain't having no fun. Cause I can remember a time where when we was in college before we had kids. We was in Daytona, Bethune-Cookman. All right, we made it count. What Kelly? That Kelly still on here?
I don't know if Kelly's still on. Kelly, if you in here, check in. But yes, when we was at Cookman,
check in.
E is Smooth Dollar E. Check in.
Check in. All right.
Boy, listen. When
So
we was in
now,
college,
when people be like, "Herb, you don't go out, you don't party, you don't do that, bruh." If I told you,
if you only knew,
if I told you 5%, okay, of the things we did in college, bro, right? Going out don't mean nothing to us now. So now ain't nothing to stay home and just be a parent now, because we partied when we was 20.
because we ain't had kids.
We have no kids.
But now people having kids at 18 before they even got a chance to get in the club.
Yeah.
So now you trying to get all those experiences while having a child. And you know what? And that makes perfect sense. We had the most fun when we was that age because we did not have the responsibility of having children.
Yeah.
So now you have what people are that age or younger having children, and they not now. Once you get to the adult life, you can't. You're trying to enjoy it plus have the children when really you're supposed to have all that fun.
Every other night, no, every night. Come on, every other night.
Hey, Candace say Cookman was an unspoken lifestyle. Hey, I'm telling you, we only talk about Cookman when we got the drinks around and we got to make sure moment. Hey, listen, we be telling stories and my old boy, now he be piecing shit together. Hold on. Wait, because I remember back in 07. Oh, that's what y'all did. Man, listen, I done had parties, but I think you was up there when I had that party, man. The next day they went to the police went to the leasing office.
Yes,
The
sir.
police said I had 300 people in my apartment.
Marina Vista.
Yes, God.
Yeah.
Talking about had 3 rooms.
Yeah.
You heard people jumping in and out the window trying to get in the party. It was a line out the front of the door. We was really like, college is the reason I don't drink white liquor. Let me just tell y'all that. College is the reason I don't drink white liquor. Because
You was at my birthday party
when we was up there,
when everybody woke up in the house, sleep, throw up was everywhere.
I'm pretty sure I was. I probably wasn't the one to throw up.
Everybody had alcohol poison.
And listen, I remember I made some punch with some Tampico. And if anybody don't know, see, if you ain't from the hood, you don't know what that Tampico is. That Tampico, that thick ass, you heard?
Yeah, orange juice. The
And that
pink one.
Tampico shit thick like orange juice.
It fit like syrup.
I made some punch with that.
The pink
And I'm
one
talking
was
about
nasty
people-
than a bitch.
I'm talking about people, everybody just in the crib going in, blown. 2 hours later.
Calling Earl.
But man, we had some, man. We listen, man. In college, we had fun, man, and we didn't have no kids, and that's why we was able to have so much fun.
That's why we're so responsible now. You know what I mean?
Hey, see, listen. Anybody from the hood had Tampico at least one time.
Yeah, it was nasty, Zayna. I ain't gonna lie now, but if you was trying to make some drink for 57 people, bitch, in college,
Skull vodka,
Scud Vodka and
Tampico.
Tampico, bitch,
See
on the flow, boy.
Listen, hunch punch.
Yeah.
Put some fruit. You buy a couple of fruit, little grapes, little pineapples. You buy crushed pineapples out the can.
Wow.
Who you making some shit? Who? Boy, we used to go. I used to feel. You know what's so crazy? I used to feel like the man coming out of the liquor store with 12 bottles of Skull vodka.
Boy, that was when 1800 came out. Boy, I could kick y'all ass. Boy, bitch came to my birthday party with 1800 tequila, Skull, bitch, Jose Cuervo,
You heard me?
brown, white, tan, beige. They got everything, boy.
Hey,
Boy,
listen.
y'all almost killed us, boy.
Do you remember drinking O cups? When I was in school, what we call a O cup was brown and white mixed. So it's like a
Skull Vodka and New Wave. Oh my God.
Nuvo. Remember Nuvo?
Yes, Lord.
Teddy pinned her ass down.
T-Pain.
Was the vibe.
Yeah,
Hey,
Nuvo.
nah, you felt like a boss when you had that Nuvo though.
Listen, did you not?
But Nuvo was just the old rose.
It was before Rose. It was Nuvo. Cause when T-Pain made Nuvo popping, when you had that pink champagne in your hand, boy, you was a boss. You feel me?
You was the man.
Fuck having that shit in your hand.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Hey man, listen here. Listen. Skull. Hey, listen. Bro, when I tell you the nights that we had not having no children, now having children, man, it seems like such a daunting task to get drunk. Shit, I be having to make sure I ain't got nothing to do tomorrow before I decide to start drinking and shit.
But that's real though. What Erica just said, I just read a comment though. And basically saying like embarrassing your kids on social media, like with cups in your hand. That's why I honestly I'm just like you, Erica. I don't take pictures with alcohol in my hand. I don't take pictures with weed in my hand. I don't take pictures with guns in my hand. I don't just certain stuff I don't do. Because 20 years from now, when they go and try to, my uncle always said every picture you take is a picture that is going to go on your obituary, right? And the reason why I say that is because I look at it a lot of times when people die, and I hate to say this, but I got to, because we're on a big platform now. Somebody need to hear this. It's a saying that I don't know who need to hear this, but a lot of times people die, and I look at their page, right, and it is sad. The last post sometimes be ignorant, or they have a page full of guns, just craziness, bruh. And then when you die, everybody clicking on your page to show condolences to you, and this is all they see, right? So you have to be careful how you live, what you post. And then also when they make your obituary, I've seen people with pictures of guns on their obituary. Like, bro, this is how you want to be remembered?
Well, I tell you what, you ain't really got no choice as to what pictures they use in your obituary
You do.
unless you done planned that out.
The ones you take.
Well, I mean, that's facts. I know. I'm saying, like, once you die, though, well, you know what? I tell you what, I have pictures. I have videos. Me, Freaky E, Puerto Rican E.
We're not
and-
talking about going to the gun range, Cody. We're not talking about
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
we not talking about that. We talking about standing in the middle of the street with your pants hanging off your ass with a gun in your hand like this, bro.
right. That's
Come on.
foolishness.
Ignorant. Yeah,
That's
That's
foolishness.
what we
But
talking about, bro.
that's how they live. And you know what? I'm gonna go a step further, right? What I hate to see, and let me help y'all understand, make y'all understand, or let me explain to y'all. I understand that you love who you love. Your people is your people, your family is your family. I get that. But what we need to really stop doing is glorifying these niggas who been out in the street doing God knows what to God knows how many, and then they get killed, and all of a sudden it's slow singing, flower bringing the roses, and all this other crazy shit. They had the most expensive funerals in the world. Like, if you think about it, right? Imagine a little kid seeing a nigga go out in a clear casket with big chains on, all type of money in a casket up. You feel me? Or when you go and they got the nigga sitting up in front of the dome like this here, dead as motherfucker, but he's sitting up in front of the dome. So now you trying to portray an image, even in death, that these kids see and they think it's cool. We already know that these kids are desensitized to death. We know that what will come on TV, will come on the movies, and how much death and destruction we've seen in our community. Children at this point are damn near desensitized to it. So now what we do is make death flashy. We make death a whole coming out event. Horse-drawn carriage. You got the whole little thing inside the thing and all type of shit. And these children see that and they say, shit, when I go out, I want to go out like that. We got to stop glorifying these niggas. I understand that's your family and you miss them, but please do not get on Facebook. Oh, damn, why they did, bro, like that? Because that nigga been selling fake lean for the last 6 months. That's why they did him like that. Damn, they ain't had to do big cuz like that. Yes, they did. He ran in a trap and stole everything. Oh, man, that's fucked up. You feel me? Sleeping heaven to my dog. Why? He killed 6 niggas already. We know this. And that's the crazy part about it. Because we in the hood. So you in the hood, man, RIP to, RIP to the real. But we in the hood, so we know some of these names. You know, we know some of these dudes. I ain't crying over you, nigga. What? Man, you killed that man at a store for no reason. And wasn't nobody say your name. Wasn't nobody snitch on you. Bro, you killed that man for no reason, bro. If some shit happened to you, that's your business, bro. I don't feel bad for you. I feel bad for your child who's finna grow up without a parental figure. But then again, you probably wasn't that much of a fucking figure to that child anyway. So maybe it's good that you're not here. At least they won't be affected by your bullshit. But time and time again, we get on these soapboxes about these sorry ass niggas who be doing wrong, killed 10 people. We can name all 10 people that person killed, but we around here mourning their death. Man, good riddance to your ass. And what we need to do is, I'm going to keep it honest. We need to start snitching. This shit sound crazy, but guess what? I'm a fucking law-abiding citizen, sir.
I second that notion. You know why? Because if I find out who shot up that little boy party, I'm snitching on your ass. All right? If I find out anybody who
Crime Stoppers,
I will turn your ass in, boy.
Hey, Crime Stoppers, I know who did that, brother. I'm gonna tell you where they at right now.
We need to start snitching. You know why? And I'm gonna say this, and I don't care who feel like what way, right? When you start losing kids to these niggas' ignorance, right? Because that could have easily been my child, all right? And it shouldn't be where you scared. My child was 3 years old, right? I just moved into a house maybe 2 months ago. This is my child's 3rd year being on earth, and this is the first time she's been able to come outside and play freely. Our 3rd year being on earth, right? And that's because I'm isolated now, staying in an elderly neighborhood where it's nobody but 50 to 70-year-olds staying in my neighborhood, right? So I say again, my child is 3 years old. In the 3rd year of her life living, this is the first year that she can come outside and play freely, right? because of the neighborhood that I live in. I still have to sit outside my weapon just in case somebody ride by doing 100 miles per hour on a drive-by shooting, mistaken identity. But for the most part, my child is able to go outside and be a child now because of the neighborhood and the place that I stay now. So, we got to start turning these killers in because y'all be knowing who it be. A lot of y'all be knowing who the killers is, until they come and strike your door and you have to sit on the front row. And then now, we all sharing flyers saying, call in the Crime Stoppers. They got a reward if you give a tip. And
make sure you go to GoFundMe because they ain't had no insurance and need to try to bury this child.
Yeah.
Their funeral 2 months after you done die because they just not getting the rest of the money to bury your dumb ass. I mean, all type of crazy ass shit.
It's crazy that you said that. And that's another thing, right? If you're gonna be out here doing stupidness, at least have insurance.
Make sure you got life insurance. Please. At least a $25,000 policy, bro. Like at least $20,000, bro. Hey, let me tell you something. No, that's not true. As long as you ain't killed yourself, if you die, you get killed, you get killed. Even if you got that, even if you get killed in the commission of a crime, as long as you better read your policy. If your policy don't dictate that your family won't be paid out if you die because of a commission of a crime, I wouldn't give a damn if you rob 10 banks. A lot of times that's what guys do. It's suicide by cop because they know if they kill themselves, their insurance won't pay it out. If the cop kills you, suicide by cop.
Uh-huh.
If you kill yourself,
okay, I get what you're saying. No, so they don't never shoot. They said they make the cop kill them.
Right. So we hear
they're still gonna pay out to their family.
Right, because the cop kills you, not you killing yourself. Suicide won't get paid out. Suicide by cop, you getting killed by a police officer, even in the commission of a crime, your family still gonna be paid out. You know what I'm saying? So that's one. I mean, but then
I never knew that though.
Yeah. That's where the notion came from. Suicide by cop came from when people realized that if you commit suicide, bitch ain't finna get paid. Because if that's the case, then hell, shit, I'm gonna take out $5, $10, $15 million worth of insurance. Hey baby, I love you. Blah!
Well, fake that bitch.
You got some people like that. Cody don't love you that much, bitch. We gonna struggle together, bitch. We gonna be up under this bridge if it's all that. He doing that shit. But yeah, I mean that's what suicide by cop came from. People, you ain't tough enough to do it, or you know that the ramifications of you killing yourself is not gonna be advantageous to your family, so you let the police do it for you. So, but yeah, I mean those were that. I mean, you got to have some type of insurance. Man, listen. And guess what, Candace? I'm not calling anonymous. I'm finna call from my cell phone. My name is Cody Walker, and I know that John Smith is the one who shot up that party and killed that 4-year-old boy. Now, guess what? If John Smith shot goddamn whoever, and they was in a gang war, that ain't my business. Sit my big ass back, and I'm finna watch this shit play out. The minute the child get killed, that's your ass, because I'm finna snitch. Because if you want to kill yourself and you want to kill each other, that's y'all business. Y'all grown.
First of all, if you got a job, the insurance should come out your check for your child and yourself. All right?
And funny enough, most jobs you can get, so you have jobs that have people come in to offer life insurance, but you traditionally don't get life insurance offered through your job unless you have like a good job, county jobs or city jobs, government jobs, or you know, you making a nice
Fortune 500 job. It don't have to be a good stable company.
A real good stable ass company. You know, I
Comcast 3 years and had hella good insurance, probably better insurance than some others who work for the county. So it don't.
Right. I mean, you got to be, but you know, Comcast is also Time Warner. You know, so it's a long-standing company, even though its name is Comcast. You know, but for the most part, you don't get those. You don't get the life insurance. I mean, my job gave out like between $5,000 and $15,000 in the eventuality that you died while working for them. So let's say me working, I clock in a day and then I go home and get in a car accident. They'll pay out my family like $15,000 for my funeral. Shit like that. And even that's good, bro. Because you got to think about it. All your debt gonna die with you, but they're gonna repossess that car anyway. So all that shit could go. What you need to make sure is that somebody is not go funding me your funeral. Yeah. You got some places some apartment complexes do that now. some apartment complexes, apartment complex in Broward owned by a conglomerate company, and what they do is they force you to get renters insurance and make them the beneficiary.
Facts though, Erica, but it all goes back to priorities though. What do you prioritize? Because anytime I'm gonna say this because I'm a smoker. So anytime I look at something that I know I need, right? Because I smoke weed. Let's just keep it 100. You know, we have rich millionaires that smoke weed. All right, we ain't gonna sit on here and fake the phone. All right. Anytime it's something that I prioritize, I tell myself, boy, you smoke $20 worth of weed every day, or you smoke $40 worth of weed. You know what I mean? That's how I tell myself. So it won't be no excuses to myself. Oh, I can't do this. So somebody not having a $20 insurance, bro, that's ridiculous. Because $20 insurance can give you a month, can give you what? Let's say a $5,000 insurance policy.
More than that.
More than I'm just being.
You talking about 20? If you paying $20 a month, you damn near have an insurance policy at least worth 50,000.
No, I was just being on the safe side. Just slow roll. You know what I mean? So if you can't put $20 a month and y'all standing in line for $200 Jordans, $1,000 PlayStation 5, you know, come on, bro.
And another part about that is, Erica, the thing is what is prioritized in our community. That's just like right now, right? We are just not getting to a point of financial literacy. In 2021, Black people are now understanding, damn, you know how these white people been successful and their kids come out and their kids already, because you know when I was in high school, right, I was trying to get loans to go to school. You know, I was trying to get a couple of loans, whatever the case may be. And you know, because it was off my name, I was just kind of like, you know, shit, you know, well, what I could get. And the lady say, well, you know, it's just all along. She say some kids get $40,000, some kids get 20. It just depends. I had not realized, and we did not know, that white people been trade lining all these years. White people been keeping good credit, putting their kids on them credit cards, and when their kids turn 18, they instantly got $700 and $800 credit scores. We just not learning that. And
you know what they do? The kids get 600-700 credit scores, and they buy a motherfucking house in the college town and get all their friends to pay for it.
Exactly. I mean, and guess what? Not only are we just not learning that, but right now today, I'm pretty sure it's somebody right here on this. It's somebody right here that got a credit card that they've been paying on time every month, balance in full. Do me a favor. If you could put me on that credit card so I can get that credit history, I'd appreciate it. But you know what? Black people, you know what we do? I asked my dog to put me on his credit card. Nigga, what? Boy, I ain't on that. What you talking about? Hey, bro, you ain't got to give me no information. Just put me on there. Nah, bro, that don't sound right, bro. You ain't got to give me the card. I don't want to know the card number. Just call them and put my name and social security number on your card. That way, I can get that credit history that you got for that card in about 60 to 90 days. And after that, you could take me off if you want to. The credit history is there now. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, but we don't even, like, when we tell each other that, or when we tell people about that, we have such an amount of skepticism to that. Like, you just know somebody finna fraud you. Like, when, like, put me on your credit card, because it sounded a little fraudish. I'm not gonna lie. When somebody put you on my credit card, man, so what you could call them people and get what? You know what I'm saying? But it's an actual thing. It's called trade lining. And
just to put it in layman's terms, just adding somebody to your credit card as an authorized user. That's it.
right.
They're gonna get another card with their name on it. You ain't gotta give it to them.
Right. And listen, I don't want the card. I just need history. Okay. As they said, blacks were told that credit was bad. And you know what's so funny? I believe that because I remember when, you know, black we like when we was coming up and before us.
And it's not necessarily that a lot of us have bad credit, it's just that we don't have no credit. It's
Facts.
It's not that you have bad credit.
It is. It's better to have no credit than bad credit. But then another part about it is for me to get at 18 and my credit score start, yeah. You know, man, you know your credit score.
They'll hold it against you, but with no credit, it's easier to build credit than if you have
Exactly,
bad
because you
credit.
can put bills in
If
your
I have
name, light
no
bill,
credit
phone
history,
bill,
I can
cable
easily
bill.
Get 2-3 trade lines and then go buy a car, and I got perfect fucking credit.
Right. Yeah, no. It's better to have no credit than bad credit, of course, because at no credit, you starting at zero. At bad credit, you start negative. You got to get to zero. Then you got to go from zero up. So, yeah, it's most definitely. But, man, listen, one of the bigger things that everybody can do, man, to put your child in a better position, Look at your credit card company. Look at their rules and regulations as far as who can be an authorized user. And if your child is of age, most people have it at 13 years old, some a little less, some a little more, but for most credit card companies, it's 13. Add your child to that credit card if you know you pay that bit on time and you pay the balance in full every time. If you do that, add them to that credit card. When they turn 18, they'll be able to get the car that they want, get the student loan that they want.
Get the car, get the student loan, get the house.
They can do it. They can do whatever they want with their damn credit, however it may go. You instill upon your child business ethics. You instill upon your child not being a worker and all of that. And your child, once they get 18, they will start at a level where their credit can get them what they need to make themselves what they want. And it's simple, very simple thing to do. But we didn't know about that before a couple of years ago. We didn't know. Listen, y'all still don't know about claiming your own name. Now, once somebody explained to you about claiming your name, you're gonna really think they lying. You're gonna really think they bullshit. These are all ways to curtail the violence in our community. If we become a financially self-sufficient community, if everybody or nobody is poor, then we don't have nothing to lust after because we all have it. So we have to build our credit. I fixed my own credit shit 4 months ago. Now it's 691 with a credit limit of 15 grand. So basically what you're saying is, cuz you're gonna inbox me later so we can talk about me getting on your plan so I can get my credit. You feel me? Up. You feel me? But
Zay, don't tell us, show us, boy. I gotta see that.
hey, and it's easy. Bro, let me tell you something. You know how easy this is? And I'm not, okay, first of all, y'all make sure y'all holler at Britt Jones. Make sure y'all holler at Jeree, Credit Repair. Y'all already know. These young ladies can help you out. But, so just one little secret about this situation, right? And when you owe somebody, when I owe anybody money, right? I owe Macy's $1,000. After the year in which I owe Macy's that $1,000, what Macy's is gonna do is when they file their taxes, Macy's is gonna say, "Hey, we lost $1,000. We gave it to Cody. He didn't give us his back." That loss that they accounted for in their budgeting, they're going to get some type of remediation from that in their income taxes, or they're not gonna take taxes out. It's something that's going to happen for them in a positive light when they claim that they lost $1,000 from me, right? So once that happened, that $1,000 debt has been paid. I paid. The government paid it. Somebody paid it already because you said it was a loss. So now guess what? When they sell your information to a third party, when they sell your information to that collection agency, because what the collection agency do is that's just like this list, like this right here. This is the list. The collection agency gonna come to the people and say, "Hey, let me buy a list off you." They're gonna say, "Okay, well, give us 20 cents a name." Okay, it's 1 million names on the list. You're gonna pay all that money, but if you get even all of them people to pay $5 to $10 of what they owed, you could cancel all their debt for $10. You would have made so much money because of the list that you bought. You see what I'm saying? So now guess what? Well, last I checked, bitch, I didn't enter into no contract with you. I entered into a contract with Macy's. Macy's already wrote my money off as a loss. They've been paid already. I don't even know who you is. I don't know what debt you're talking about. I don't owe you no money. So a lot of times what people do is just dispute it. When you dispute it, somebody has to show that you guys entered into a contract where they owe you something. A lot of times they cannot show that. Why? Because you never entered into a contract with a collection agency. You entered into that contract with that company. Now be careful, read, because they put them stipulations on your ass. But Credit Repair has essentially been working so well for a lot of people because that has never been accounted for. We never knew that. We never knew that these companies write off that money that we ain't pay them back. They write that shit off as a loss. And then they sell your shit to a collection agency. So not only did they write it off as a loss and make money, they sold it to a collection agency, made a little more money, and now the collection agency finna try to go after you for something that you owe them.
So Zay, how we gonna dispute negative stuff? I just need to know. I'm sitting here just gathering information as you go, my brother.
Hey.
Okay, so come on with it, brother. Because I'm just writing down as you go.
Hey. Yeah, bro, you ain't even gotta write no letter. Go to Credit Karma.
Mm-hmm.
Go to Credit Karma. You can dispute all that shit. I done did it. I done disputed some stuff and got some stuff taken off mine because you can't prove that I was entered into a contract with you. You could only you have to show you bought a list full of names.
When they purchased the list, they would have had to get all of the original documentation that shit's gonna stick. They don't. In a lot of cases, not all cases,
But in a lot of them.
because the transaction has so much information, they don't have all of the details they need. So then they have no choice but to drop it off.
Right. Because for the most part, those debt collection agencies, they simply are buying a list of names, social security numbers, and debts owed. Yes, some of them you will get some of them, and this happens a lot of times where you have companies that have collection agencies as parts of their business. So Great Lakes Realty also has Great Lakes collections. So now they transfer Great Lakes Realty, they claim your loss, then they give it to Great Lakes Collections, and Great Lakes Collections already have all the information because it's the same company. But if you get into you owe Macy's something from 3-4 years ago, and now some collection agent talking about you owe them money, show me what contract did I enter into, and that's how you get it removed. Jesus Christ, hey y'all, Miss Roseanne here eating some seafood, and I can't even lie, that shit smell good as hell. That shit smell good as hell. Did you save me a scallop? That's some scallops over there. All right, save me one. I'm gonna give me one after the show. Them shit smell good. What do you guys think of Lil Nas, gay black rapper, sitting on and kissing Satan? That's not my business. My son, my daughter don't. My son and my daughter won't be watching it, so I don't give a damn.
Don't even respond to that one.
Like, I used to think cash run shit, but it's all about credit. Facts. Nigga thought that walking around with them
I don't think
bunions.
the same thing, Michelle.
Well, it's assets.
Assets. That where that too?
Cash is fiat, and trust me, that's the worst thing to happen.
My girl said I need to text my mom and have her add me to her credit card.
I'm trying to show you.
Might be the play.
That's the
Well,
blood.
before you do that, make check that credit report. Make sure
the OG is in good standing.
Boy,
But see, that
OG
comes from
is
having
that-
responsible parents. Like if you know your parents responsible, that again, y'all already know.
the parents don't expose their kids to everything that's part of being a parent.
No. We know that, but we also know if mama responsible or not.
Well, I won't be in my house right now going for my mama, boy. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like we know your old boy and your old girl responsible. Pretty much, if your old boy adds you to his credit card, you know he done pay that bit every time or all that. Like we know because your parents are responsible. Now, of course, if your old girl on Section
I have
8,
to say it's all about credit right about now, though.
yeah, it's all about credit always. Because the most
to an
people,
extent, it's why are you using credit? Are you using credit to go buy the fancy car, the fancy
No.
watch, the nice house just to have it?
real people,
Or are you using credit to get assets?
right? So the richest people in the world, they don't use their own money to make money. The richest people in the world uses other people's money to make money. So this is what credit comes in. If you have the credit, then you're not putting up none of your upfront capital. You're only putting up your name, and then you're gonna make that money back, and you're gonna continue about your day. That's how people getting rich. People not getting rich by putting up all their own goddamn money, unless you're talking about a real, true, genuine startup. But most people not getting rich like that. Most people get rich because they have the ability to get other people's money to finance a project, and they gonna make their money off, and the people gonna make their money. This is what Donald Trump dumbass been doing. Donald Trump be borrowing millions and millions of dollars to make a couple of dollars, and then end up defaulting on all that shit and take the money he made and keep walking. But yeah, I mean that's the game. So okay, let me also say this, since whoever this is that I can't see your name, but I see that you keep commenting. Let me say this here. Stop telling people to invest in the stock market. Okay? All right. You fuck around. Hey, listen, he ain't coming in the camera today, but this man is right here. And I used to, I be getting mad a little bit because he may tell me his gains in the stock market, and I be like, damn, why you ain't tell me about the shit? He like, well, I'm telling you about the gains, but I didn't tell you I lost $6,000 yesterday. Oh shit. Never mind. I'm gonna shoebox this money. Put this up under the mattress. That's safer. Stop telling people to invest in stocks. Man, listen. You look at what you want to do in your life, and then you plan accordingly. If you think that that's the way to go, then you need to make sure that you're doing your research, paying attention. I know for sure, before this man started putting his own money in that stock market, he had the trial accounts that wasn't his money to be playing with. The people just put a number up there for him. He was able to like gauge it and get his shit together with it. All that just invest in stocks. Nah, then I go buy. Hey, listen here. What you can do is you can invest in WOMSGA. That's WOMSGA. Keep 100% of your profits. Do that. Who's dumb? To be frank, I'm assuming that's to be frank, unless you just fat fingering the keyboard. But yeah, man, y'all can invest in WOMSGA. I mean, you know, you have your own business. She shared a license with you, so you ain't got to go and do the hassle of getting the business licenses and all that. Whatever you sell, you keep and make your bag. If you want to get your own franchise, you can go to www.mywomsga, WOMSGA franchise.com. Or you can call 1-877-392-8222, extension 12878. We all know that everybody can't be business owners. We know that we need workers. I talked to somebody the other day and she was like, you know what? I never had ambitions to have my own business. I want to have a good job and make my money. I don't have the ambitions to be an entrepreneur. And I said, you know what? We need you.
You don't have a choice.
Who?
We're now in the global market. Everybody has to be what you call a contractor or a freelancer now. Otherwise, you lose.
Depends. Some fields hurt. Nah. Some fields you need people.
That's deep.
I mean, you just like the medical field. You need nurses.
So you have the gig economy. The gig economy is basically where we're all globally connected. Whether you're in America, China, Asia.
I don't know if they can hear you. You want to step closer to that mic? He's so shy. You can get 100,000 business credit card, 0 interest. Hey Zay, I'm gonna be incredibly upset if you don't send me a message, man, because I got a new phone per se, and I don't have your number in my phone. But we should talk.
Now I've heard that before though about the credit business. You know what I mean? Like you go take out a loan for your business,
Yeah,
buy cars in the business name, buy houses in the business name. You know, different things like that. I've heard of that though.
that's what people do. So as long as you personally, that's why it's important to develop business credit. See, because you don't ever want to use your personal credit to secure things for your business. You want to use your business credit for your business. If something happens, then that is your business that falls. Your personal credit is not at stake. So you want to get to a point where you're not using your own name and social security number per se to secure things for your business. You want to use your business's social security number, your DMB number. You want to build up those, you know what I'm saying? You want to build up those lines of credit. And if anything happens, hey, if the business fall, the business fall. But a lot of people, that's another thing a lot of people do. They get wrapped up in using their personal stake to do business. Then when the business fall, they fall because they use so much of their personal stake into it. Nah, you have a business, use your business credit to secure things for your business. Your personal credit is for your personal life. Your business credit is for your business life. You keep them separate. Feel me? So that's it, man. And guess what? All of these things, our way we can end poverty, which is going to end crime, which is going to end the overcriminalization of Black people, is going to raise more productive and successful children. But it's a multifaceted approach. If anybody gets on a soapbox and tell you it's one singular thing that can change it all in our community, understand that person is lying. And I'm pretty sure at the end of that spiel, he's going to be like, donate to my cause. Because it's not just one singular thing that's going to change what our community is going through. We need to get better education. We need to have better parenting. So you know, okay, so y'all, Monsieur Josan is saying about personal accountability. I believe in personal accountability. I don't believe that just in itself is going to fix anything, but personal accountability is a part of all of that. Taking accountability for your children, for your actions, taking accountability for your life and how it's going. And I understand that, you know, not everybody is promised a good life. If y'all see it, you got 2 chocolate brothers up here. It ain't easy being this chocolate. At least if I was light skinned, I would be harmless. When you did chocolate, you look like a threat. So you look like a criminal. So I mean, I get the whole thing, but I've also made mistakes in my life too. So it's not just me. I didn't have to cuss out the supervisor. I could have just said yes, sir, and no, sir, and kept going. But I couldn't do it. It wasn't in me to do it. So,
You don't have to say yes or no, sir.
you get the point, though.
You could have checked them without scanning them.
Right. I could have checked them without being physically overbearing and being intimidating. I could have done that. So, I mean, that's my personal accountability. That's what I should have done different. But, I mean, there's all types of different ways that, we can fix our community, but it starts with education. It starts with how we conduct ourselves out here in this public atmosphere. I think that another part about it is social media has a lot to do with it because everything is so accessible. Like I said, when we was kids, we listened to rappers and we kind of believed that they was doing what they said they was doing because we had no way to verify that was the case. It wasn't Instagram, Facebook right this second, but that's just like Bow Wow. When Bow Wow said he was on a private jet, and then it just so happened that somebody right behind him taking the picture when he was on that commercial flight sitting in a coach. You feel me? It's because the internet is accessible. That it's so fast now versus 20 years ago when we didn't have social media. I could tell you I'm old limousine riding, jet plane flying. I can tell you all of that.
And I'm having a hard time keeping these alligators down.
2 claps on the Ric Flair. Woo! It's used to be like you ain't had no choice but to believe that. So now it's like, because information is so accessible, it's so fast to get the information. Yes, we all have to stop capping. We all need to do better. We all need to train our children to be successful adults. We don't need to be fearful when an adult chastises our child. We need to thank that adult, appreciate that adult. When the teacher chastises your child, don't go to the schoolhouse talking all that shit to the teacher. At least go say, well, ma'am, what happened? Let the teacher explain. Now, you know that it's her side, your child's side, and then that's the truth. We know that most of the time people embellish a little bit, but for the most part, I don't think teachers come to work to lie on your damn child. So if they say your child did something, the likelihood is that they damn near did it. But man, once we change these things, man, once we start valuing each other as a people, I value my brother. So, regardless of what happens, and believe you me, I've been in situations where I was able to make a decision. That decision could have been right or wrong, depending on what happened. But at this point in 2021, I value my brother. So whereas I may not let you slide on a lot, I'm not personally going out to hurt nobody. I wish everybody the most success. It's just what we have to do. Is where our community has to move to if we plan on being successful and plan on raising our kids successfully. Coach Herb, any last words from you?
Just stick together. Love your brother, love your sister. Life's short. I will say this: life is very short. We don't got time to be, losing our life for foolishness. We got kids to raise, families to feed. It's too much money out here for people to be beefing at this point in time. You know what I mean? Like, love your brother, love your neighbor, love one of your kids, man. And that's it.
Yeah, y'all already know what I say. If you got a child, oh yeah. So if y'all got a children, any child that's a boy that's between 13 and 14 has to be 14 until December 31st. But if you want that kid to, get the experience of working with Coach Herb, working with myself, you can bring them to our park, Scott Lake, 13, 14 U, Super Bowl champs, 8th in the nation. It's going down. We do believe that you have to be a star, but you don't have to be a star athlete. You just need to be a star. So whatever it is that you do, you need to be a star in that. And that's what we breathe. And that's what the life that we try to put into our kids. Football ain't promised, but you can definitely make 1,000 other things that makes you just as much money as football if you take the proper steps.
And nothing is ever given and everything is earned.
Nothing given, everything earned. You hear me? So y'all already know, man. It's Man Talk Monday. We appreciate y'all tuning in. All of the guests, all of the commenters, all our sponsors. It's all love, man. Y'all make sure y'all tune in next Monday where we're going to have some more conversation. And y'all know, I love you.
harassing. Imagine going to court with no trial. Lifestyle cruising blue behind the waters. No welfare supporters. More conscious of the way you raise our daughters. Days are shorter, nights are colder. Feeling like life is over. These snakes strike like a cobra. The world's hot, my son got knocked. Evidently, it's elementary. They want us all gone eventually. Trooping out a state for a plate. Knowledge. If coke was cooked without the garbage, we'd all have the top dollars. Imagine everybody flashing, fashion, designer clothes, racing your flick up with diamond rolls. The people going dough, no gold, no rubbers. Going raw, imagine law with no undercovers. Just some thoughts for the mind.
I'm gonna-
Take a glimpse into time.
I ain't in it yet.
The world is mine.
I ain't in it yet.
Imagine that.
I free all my soul. I love my baby. Black diamonds and pearls.
Could it be that we could be mine, we both shine?
If I rule the world,
Still living for today. In these last days until Wednesday, paradise life relaxing. Black, Latino, and Anglo-Saxon. I'm on the exchange, the rage, cast, Lord drops your bath. Free at last, brand new whips to craft. Then we laugh in the path. The villa houses for the crew, how we do. Trees for breakfast, down sexes and then stretches. So many years of depression make you vision. The better living, type of place to raise kids in. Opening eyes to the lies. History's so foul, but I'm as wise as the old owl. Plus the whole child seeing things like I was controlling, click rolling. Trigger 6 digits on kicks and still holding. Trips to Paris, I symbolize every savage. Give me one shot, I turn trike like the lavish. Political prisoners set free, stress free. No one police, purple and threes and jet skis. Feel the wind breeze in West Indies. I think Coretta Scott King, mayor of the cities in reverse veins for Willies. It sound foul with every girl I need to go downtown. I open every cell in Attica, send them to Africa. Imagine that.
I free all my soul. I love my baby. Black diamonds and pearls.
Could it be that we could be mine, we both shine?
If I rule the world,
Still living for today. In these last days and times.
walk right up to my side, hand in hand. We'll walk right up to the sun. We won't land. We'll walk right up to the sun.
It's all love, y'all.
Hand in
See you next week.
We'll walk right up to